This stream and video are proudly brought to you by whatisZS.com. ZS is coming. Okay, friends, subscribers, and all you YouTubers out there, it's time to wake the fuck up and realise that this world, something's fucking really wrong. And it gets weirder and fucking weirder every fucking day. And man, I could not say that enough times because that's how fucking weird it is. Because you just can't work out what the fuck is going on. And there's no nice way to put it. Something's really gone wrong with this fucking world. And I mean, something really fucking big is wrong. The Mandela Effect is affecting more and more fucking people every day. You're hearing more and more stories finally coming out. Some are coming out as they've been to another dimension, but when you listen to their fucking story, it's hands down the fucking Mandela Effect. There are so many people now saying they've crossed over to a new dimension and then they've come back to something similar, and they haven't realised to the extent that they have actually swapped dimensions. And they really haven't. And the thing is, it's sort of, you've got to realise that this is quite bad. And it's sort of, the point of it is that everybody out there is trying to either hide from the Mandela Effect or, oops, what have I done there? There we go, that's better. To hide from the Mandela Effect or whatever. Oh, by the way, that's the cover of the censored Wake the Fuck Up t-shirt. Hi everybody, how are you? Hi Joanna, hi Theon. And yeah, that's a censored version of the shirt. There are other versions of the shirt. You've got Wake the Fuck Up, or you can have Wake the Fuck Up to the Mandela Effect. It's really happening. And, well, how can you not wake up to it? Seriously, how can you not fucking wake up to this? You'd have to be a fucking dropkick if you didn't wake the fuck up to the Mandela Effect. You really fucking wouldn't. It's just a joke. And go out and type in dimensional travellers, people travelling dimensions into YouTube. You're going to get just as fucking many stories. And as you listen to them, it just rings in your fucking head. That's what we're going through. It's the exact same fucking thing. Except they haven't connected it to the Mandela Effect. That's the only difference. That is the only difference to it. They haven't yet connected to the Mandela Effect. They haven't... See, we know that it's just not happening to them. and it's not just happening to us, but this is seriously happening. Okay, yeah. I forgot to fix the censor. That's the one word I actually do allow. And but it's just a joke, because you listen to their stories, and it's scary to realise that their story is our story. And seriously, there is no difference between our stories. There's none. Their story is truly our story, and the more you listen to these people talking about how they've travelled to a different dimension, and they think that they've come back to their own dimension, and if they actually looked into it and looked further and started looking at the signs of the Mandela Effect, they would instantly realise that, oh fuck, I've been caught up in this too. No, Joanna, no, that word's okay. I allow that word. It's sort of, I'm saying it, so I've got to fucking allow it. I don't know. I think one of the other beards might have put it into the censor book. I've never had that word in the censor book, unless it's an automatic YouTube thing. But the whole point is, there's just so much going on out there, guys and girls, that it's hard not to wake up to this thing. To know that politicians are just as effective. Oh, do you want to know something? I actually think Donald Trump is. Just some of the stuff he says and talks about. And he's not the only politician. A lot of them are hiding it. Yeah, there's like I tell you straight up, Trey Gowdy, Mandela Effect. It's straight up. And there's no two ways about it. Just his speech, his things. I was watching a video that one of the other beards made in this reality, and it's amazing to actually do it. Either Trump is seeing what is happening, or but he's president of the United States. For fuck's sake, he's not going to say anything. He's going to keep in the back rushes, even if he was. But we know this is happening to certain politicians. I know, I've had them talk to me. I know 2 countries connected to Australia where their politicians have sent me a message, said, hi, my name's such and such, but I do this, and I can't really talk to other people. And I'm wondering if that is why the journals were nicked, because I've been looking at that and been watching some of the videos where the other beards were talking about it and stuff like that, and they'd mentioned that some of the other pollies had a thing, and I met them in a different reality. But I believe the same thing has happened here, because I've seen the same thing, and I got a funny feeling that is the reason the journals were pinched, because the Davey beards in this one were advertising the fact where the fucking journal was. So, and I just realised I'm throwing up my fucking hands in disbelief. No bastard can see me. Oh, I don't know. But the whole point is, it's sort of, the more I look into this, the more it just fucking astounds me. And it truly does. To know that we're just constantly going through this. Like, I had thought that I jumped realities this morning. I drove over the local bridge. In most realities, there's only one side where there's a pedestrian path. On this side, it's 2 paths. And I realised I haven't fucking driven over that bridge since I've been here. Oh, once, but I never really took notice of the thing, because I drove over it on the outward side, and you wouldn't notice it on the outward side, but when coming back, because I know for a fact in most realities that was always just a one-way, because it pissed everybody off. It was one thing that pissed, especially in my reality, pissed everybody off, that there was only a pedestrian crossing on one side of the bridge. You used to have to, if you were walking from one section of town and one section of Carrington, you would have to actually, if you wanted to go over without having to cross the road with all the traffic, you would have to go under the bridge, around the jetty on one side, and then you would have to go underneath the boat ramp on the other side. And that was the only way you could avoid the traffic without getting hit by a car. But on this version, there's a fucking walkway on each side, and I only noticed that this morning. G'day Terry, how are you, Doc? And the thing is, it sort of just amazed me, and like I was hearing people talk about shit today. Where was I? I think it was Aldi or whatever, and I heard someone say, "Oh, that's how Weet-Bix used to be spelt." They're pointing at the wheat biscuits of another brand in at Aldi. And they just instantly said, "Oh, that's how Weet-Bix used to be spelt." And just instantly I knew. Mandela, if I didn't say anything to him because I didn't want to get in a long conversation, I just wanted to get out of there. But no, I've seen a lot of stuff, and like I've travelled the verse, and I'm wondering if it is all this dimensional jumping that is affecting the health of everybody. Actually, I truly do. I think it's affecting everybody's health that's going through this. I'm getting a lot of people tell me that their health has deteriorated since all this started. When I think about it, my health, and pretty much all the beards have been through this, and they all talk about it. We've got a medical journal for that reason. We're looking at the different things that we've gone through. And occasionally you'll see a comment saying, "Oh, well, I didn't have that, but this happened to me," and things like that. Like it's our scars are different and shit like that, which is scary. And to know that, for us, that was, I think, the most P-positive proof to see. And it didn't happen to me until I got here, because they hadn't done it in the last couple of realities I'd done. There was no video of scars, and it was pretty much, I got here and then I'm watching this video of the scars and look at the fucking eyes, and I'm saying, they're not my fucking eyes, that's not my scar. And I still haven't taken a photo of mine yet. I haven't had time. But I've been busy doing shit like this and trying to get this, making that and making that and making this and making that. It's yeah, my game. And so pretty much, yeah, it's a lot happening. I'll most probably screw the computer up. I might have to, if it freezes up, you'll have to tell me, guys, if I lose sound and audio, because I've got a lot of work to do. But, and no, I won't be working that on screen. It'll be an off-screen program as soon as I can get it to work. And, but the whole point is that we are going through this. Everybody else is going through it. And as I said about a week ago, that when you think about it, your families are just as affected as you, but they are affected in a different way. They're most probably trying to, you've got to think about this. Are they thinking, has our sister gone nuts, or has our mother gone nuts, has our father gone nuts? And you need to talk to them and stuff like that. And this is why, one of the reasons why, well, in the reality I was in, I started the chat room for everybody to go in there and talk, and so they can bring their family and to talk to others that are going through this. And if they see the amount of people going through this, if they watch the videos, they can do stuff about it. But how they cope with it and everything like that, it's hard. It truly is hard. It's sort of like some people just don't give a shit about life. I'll give you an example about not giving a shit. I was in class today and I was saving my work. Oh, wow, it actually worked. Wow, it did come in. And that's my game, one of my games anyhow. This is the exercise game that I'm working on. We've got to build this, but I'm using this game to make my main menu. but it's not for the actual game one. It'll go there just so I can hand my CGI assignment in early. And so the thing is, it sort of just tells you that, hang on, sorry, get that off the screen. It's just a level that I'm working on. But the thing is, it's sort of, you've got to look at how everything is actually happening and what you can do about it to fix it. Because the problem is, and when you think about it, it's us that got to solve our own problem. It's not Joe Blow down the road is going to fix everything for us. Joe Blow down the road is not going to fix everything for us. There's no way in this wide world that Joe Blow down the road is going to be able to fix this for us. The government certainly is not going to fucking fix it. You can pretty much tell that no matter fucking what reality. The government's covering this shit up. The government covers everything up. Oh, the people can't handle UFOs, so we won't fucking tell them about fucking UFOs. Oh, well, they won't be able to handle a Mandela Effect, so what we're going to do, we're just going to lie and say that, oh, they're all misremembering 6 million fucking people or 6 billion people. All misremembering, yeah, no. And that's what the governments fucking do. Unless you're lucky like us and got friends that are in the medical profession, one of which is Mandela affected and one of the GPs is Mandela affected, so I can actually go in there and openly fucking talk about it. So I'm lucky. But they're friends, not just GP and everything. They're mates. Yes, one of them is female, but it's still in Australia. You can have a female mate. But yeah, it's called the friend zone, by the way. But yeah, it's sort of the thing about going through the Mandela effect is stressful. Yes, you need someone to talk to. This is where we've got ourselves. We can talk to each other, everything, and that's why I set up the chat room. And you can go into that chat room any time of the day. And for God's sake, use these things. We pay for it, and some others help fund it and everything like that. It's sort of, and it's always there. It's always paid for, and it's always there. So you can go into the website, you can log in as a member, use the forum and everything. And the reason why I've got it set up as a membership to do that, and one of the other beards had taken the membership off it, I've put it back on it. And that's to protect you guys so that you know you can go in there. Like, if they're going to join up, they seriously want to listen about the Mandela Effect. So the thing is, it's sort of, yeah. It's like on Skype, I had a girl, I think it was, one of those ones that log on and say, oh, I want to be your friend, and then start showing you pictures and all that crap. That sort of, I just said to her, oh, you're affected. And she said, oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, Mandela affected. Oh, no, I don't know. But can't we just be friends? Yeah, one of those ones. And I just said, look, go watch this fucking video and everything. I got to get back to work because, as I was saying, I've been working on this. And so, yeah, I've got other work. As you can see, I've got the T-shirts that I'm trying to do as well. And all I want to do is go home. That's all any of the beards want to do. And like the beards that have been through the fuck up verses, man, they really want to go home. I haven't, even the ones that have been through the ones that have been really good verses, and trust me, there's some good verses I'm lucky to be through some of the almost decent ones, and I call them the good verses to me, but after hearing about some of the other verses from the other beards, yeah. And it's strange that when I'd say, oh, I'm talking to the other beards, but see, what you've got to realise, like, I'm not actually talking to them. In a way, I am now. I'm talking to the others. But they're not going to get what I'm saying until they watch the video of me talking about it. They're going to know what we're up to, and it's the same as me. We've got to go through these videos, we've got to watch them, we've got to learn what they've done, we've got to try and live a normal life. We live by a calendar on the phone, we live by the journal, and yeah, so we know where the life is of the other version of ourselves, and we can continue on with it. Because we've got to continue on with their life. We've got to live their life for them. It still is our life in a way. It's the closest we're going to get while this is happening to us. This is the closest we're going to get. And yeah, it's sort of strange that you go to some verses and yeah, perfect, not a problem. You go, and yes, no, I'm not one of the ones that have been to V3, yet I have been back to the Sagittarius arm, but it was not my fucking reality. Earth was in the right section in the galaxy, but in the wrong position. The continents were fucking wrong. So you've got to then ask yourself, well, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? How is this happening? Why is this fucking happening? Can we fix this? And we've got to ask ourselves, can we fix it? What's going on with this? Sorry. I'm actually saying, can I fix it? And I'm actually trying to fix something. Go back to the very first one. So you've got to ask yourself, can this thing be fixed? How do we fix it? Do we want to fix it? That's the other question. What happens if we do fix it? What if we find what caused it? What if we work out a way to actually go home? What if? And it's a constant lot of what if statements. It's just like a computer program. See, when you write a computer program, there's always some people think we're in a simulation. Because the scenarios are almost exactly like computer simulations. Almost fucking identical. So you just, again, it's a matter of asking yourself, what the fuck is going on? How can we resolve this? Is there a way to fucking resolve it? No, we can't. Because the moment we do, we're going to go fucking home. It's what we all fucking want. But we know whatever's causing this, and it's like, and I've got to say, whatever is causing it, whatever is causing it's pretty fucking major. It's either CERN has caused this and are fucking with us. This is no way. Okay, I'm going to tell you some things the Mandela Effect is not. Okay? The Mandela Effect is not fucking time travel. The Mandela Effect can't fucking change continents. The Mandela Effect cannot fucking... Sorry. Oh, I've lost my mouse. Cannot move things around and move a continent. Do you know how hard it would be to fucking move a continent? The Earth would have to be a mechanical fucking device. Right? And it would have to be like a spinning top where they could just move a little bit. I had someone say, oh, that's most probably what all the groaning on all these trumpet sounds are. That's the Earth mechanics moving. Because someone said it to me and I thought, yeah, okay, that's a possibility. But think about it. That's a bigger what if than fucking if aliens exist. Fuck me. Can you imagine it? Fucking Earth is a big mechanical fucking toy and they can just fucking manipulate it. Move fucking Australia here, move Australia there or whatever. And they use like a Photoshop program and they just cut it out and paste it and all of a sudden it jumps across. Don't fucking think so. Oh, fuck me. I truly don't. Is will the original Earth? Theon, which original Earth? You've got to think about that, Theon. There's more than one Earth, man. There's more than one fucking Earth. And it is fucking scary as fucking hell. The shit that is going on with this, I don't know if it's ever going to stop. And I don't think it ever is. I truly don't. We're in this for the long haul, and we can't do nothing about it. There it is. That's the one I want. Cannot now. If the sound fails, guys, let me know straight away, because I think this is what caused it. I'm trying to resolve that issue. I'm trying to fix that one as well. And okay, well, I'm not doing it now. So the thing is, it's sort of, you've just got to ask yourself constantly, what the fuck? Sorry. Account page or account. Sorry, folks. Showing my account. Thank God for quick transition button. Look at the fucking... what the fuck is going on here? What the hell is going on with these? But yeah, it's strange. Okay, so it's not time travel, because how going back? Yeah, they could go back and they can change fucking logos and shit like that. This is why this is the logo. I call them the logoers, and the other beards call them the logoers and stuff like that. There's another name that one of the other beard calls them, and he called them fucking idiots. He did. It's because, like, you got to remember, we leave videos for ourselves, and yeah, but I didn't say it. It was it. It was him. Why is this not fucking working? Where's my fucking Skype number? Why is my Skype number not coming up? Yeah, so the whole point is that the best way to solve a problem is to reverse engineer it. And I think that's what we should all be doing. And I'm sorry, but we should. Every one of us should all be reverse engineering this problem. There's not a chance that if we... what the fuck was that? Someone's messaged me. There's not a chance that... Why isn't my number coming up? General. Video. Sorry. Just got to find out. I've got a problem here, folks. I'm just trying to find out what's going on. Notifications. Profile? Should be under profile, but it's not under profile. Oh, no. Any of you remember my Skype number? One of you must remember my Skype number. Man, I forgot my Skype number. Can I get one? Okay. Can one of you quickly jump into my last stream on my backup channel and just have a look at the top chat? It should be at the very beginning of the chat. I can't find my Skype number. It's not showing up. For some unknown reason, my Skype number is not working. Used to always be able to get it just by doing that, but it's not bloody working. Keeps on wanting to give me a new bastard. I don't know what's going on with this. Yeah, no worries, Theo. No problem. But the point is, what are you gonna do about it? You got to look at every single little thing. Okay, well, we've wiped out time travel. Why is it trying to give me a fucking new Skype number? So, it's just a simple matter of going through and looking at it, trying to find what is the situation. How do you fix it? So, as I said, you've got to reverse engineer this. So then we look at all the different, there it is, Skype number under a different page. I hate it when they fucking change pages. Fucking very confusing. You get used to finding stuff one way. Skype to go, Skype caller, Skype numbers. I've got a fucking Skype number. Where the fuck is my Skype number? Seriously, guys, could one of you please go to my last video, my last stream, and have a look at the because I can't get in there. I'm having issues at the moment. Oh, hang on, I might be there. No, might be there. I don't know what's going on with this computer, guys and girls. But the whole thing is, it's like a good example. Our teacher hit us with a task today, and he says, okay, I'm going to go through the things you need to do to build your building. Right, this is an Houdini and stuff like that. And the thing is, so he ran through the exact same things we went through in week 3. There wasn't, he went a bit more in detail with the windows. Then he said, okay, we want you to start, he wants us to start doing it. So we all started doing it then and there. Started work on our buildings there and then. And so that's what we're doing. There'll be a little bit of sound coming across until I de-sound it. And so yeah, it's just all you can do with it, guys and girls, is you've got to look. And you've got to just ask yourself, oh, thank God that's not affecting, it is affecting that. There we go, should be in the replay. I've actually got into it, so don't worry about it, guys and girls. Now I've sort of frozen up my computer because I've got so much stuff happening at the moment. And, but the point is that all we can do is just constantly keep on trying to solve it. So we've looked at time travel, all right? And I've got to reimburse, because I'm doing exactly what the teacher did to us today in class, right? Because he kept on saying, okay, well, you do this. Then he jumped back to why you do this. And then you go, you do this, and then you go back and you do this. So here's what you got to do. He says, okay, I want you to jump in at the fucking deep end. And he says, I want you to make mistakes. And then come to me and say, stressed out, I can't fucking do it. I'd already fucked up because already in class I jumped ahead about 5 fucking steps without a clue of what to do by just experimenting. And I thought, well, I'm going to add, I want a roof on each floor. So it's, in other words, it builds the floor of the next level and everything like that. But then I actually still wanted to put a roof on that was a different size. So you had to add all these parameters, and you had to go and copy this parameter, copy that parameter, and add these parameters, and then you had to add a merge and a transform and this in there, and the flowchart looked like a fucking spaghetti fucking spider web. And I fucked it up because all it was just the way I just copied one fucking wrong parameter, and it put the roof on the floor underneath where the roof was supposed to be. So I had eight floors, but it put the roof on floor 7. And that's pretty much what we're doing with the Mandela. And honestly, seriously, that's why I'm doing the stream now. Because I thought to myself, that's what we're fucking doing. See, we're and I'm going to admit, we're sort of half-arsing how we're trying to do it. See, we've got one group out there, okay, they reckon it's time travel. God, for fuck's sake, I thought it was time travel. I think all the beards, do you want to know something? It's the one constant. No, is that the Skype number? You got it quicker than I did. Did you really get the Skype number quicker than me? I'm still waiting for the bastard to appear. And well, you did too. Thank you very, very much, Terry. You're a darling. And bye, Theon. Sorry, mate, I didn't realise. Yeah, and look, guys, if any of you want to call in and everything, please feel free to call in. And you should always put a plus sign before that. If you are calling from a normal telephone, yes, you've got to put in the plus. You've got to put in your exit code from your country, because every country has an exit code. In 00, is it 0011 here, or 1100? I can't remember what the exit code is. Hardly ever use it anymore because I use Skype. But in Skype, you just click on the flag, and I'll show you. That's one of Ruby's puppies. Yeah, you want to know what Ruby's puppies look like? That's what a Ruby. That's a 1-year-old. No, 7-month-old. He was 7-month-old in that picture. So yeah, you've got that. Used all my credit up talking to Scarborough the other night, but no, then don't worry. They're just one of them Scarboroughs. Yeah, they're all the other call shows, because I call into those shows. So. But if they've got a Skype, no, Scarborough Performance doesn't have a Skype number, but a couple of the other shows have call numbers. So I actually call into them. And but the whole point of it is that you've got to go back and look at everything. Now, talking about that, now when you're making a call in Skype, now we've jumped off subject, if I can get the bastard to work. There we go. So what you do, you go up here. So United States is +1. So you go up here and you change the country. So with me, simply go to Australia and click that. And then all you've got to do is complete the number. You put 280913332 and then push the button. Call. That's that simple to make a Skype phone call, and it will cost you nothing. If you have 0 credit in your account, you still can call me. And that's one of the reasons why I use Skype. Yeah, some people use Discord. I've got Discord, but fucks up on me all the time. Takes over my computer, uses so much space. Skype, yeah, it uses space, but fucking nowhere near as much as Discord. I still use Discord, but not as much as some of the other beards. Yes, I know each one of us have got our own preference in the software we use. But that's the whole thing. It's sort of you've got to. Yeah, that's why I tell everybody to get Skype, because you can talk to me for nothing. And I'd love to actually physically talk to you guys that are subscribers and stuff like that. Even if I'm not fucking Skyping, if it's sort of Look, the best time to give me a call, if you want to talk to me, is between 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time and midnight. Because I'm definitely not doing a stream. All I'm doing is working on the computer. Because that's when I do my homework. That's why I don't stream. I don't know what the other Bluebeard times were. It's sort of, for me, 8 to midnight is when I work on my homework. And I dedicate 4 hours every day to work on this stuff. Because I can talk on the phone and I can do other things. And even now, like I'm talking to you guys and I'm working madly here on, I'm working on 3 computers. I've got the chat up in one monitor. I've pretty much got, well, I've only got 3 monitors operational. Number 4 is getting fixed because the TV blew up. Yes, the big view screen of our spaceship blew up and we've got to get it fixed. And so going back to reverse engineering, because see, at the moment we're not reverse engineering the problem. Not one of us. There's not a single Mandela affected person out there reverse engineering this problem. See, reverse engineering, you don't, or except the Bluebeards. We've been doing it almost, but we're not realising. See, each one of us have had a different theory. So in a way, we're just as guilty as everybody else. But that's what we need to do. We need to reverse engineer it. We need to narrow down, number one, when it first started. Okay, most of the beards said that it started around the age of our eldest daughter, Julie. Right? Oh, except in the verses where they didn't have the eldest daughter, Julie, or the... Yeah, that's screwy enough as it is. Having your family fucked up is the biggest thing. But for me, pretty much the same thing. And I have watched the original Bluebeard's video in this reality because there is similarities to me and that Bluebeard. We both like the what the fuck saying, and I didn't pick it up off him. I've always used that. He's always used it. So I had a feeling I might have been the first, but then no, I'm not. I've listened to his voice. I've listened to his mannerisms. That ain't me. Similar, but not fucking me. So you've got to ask yourself, okay, can we narrow down the thing? But see, then other Mandela effectors say for them it happened in 2012. But there is also the chance that deja vu is connected. So, okay, what could be connecting these things? The biggest things that I look at is time and date. Do you know in this reality, computers were being used and programmed in not just those big, giant fucking things that could just play chess, but they had Windows operational programs, not actual Windows, but all the basic programs like Word and shit like that apparently started in the 50s in this reality. I found out in class today. I'm saying, yeah. Got one of them talking about the 80s and everything. And him, yeah, he remembers the same computers that I remember. But they're talking about fucking different things that just didn't happen. And I'm thinking, the whole day has been, have I fucking shifted? And that's what I've been thinking all day. But then I look at all the stuff and going here. When I went over the bridge, I thought, oh yeah, fuck it, I have shifted. But I know I haven't actually shifted. Something I did this morning is too exact. And a note I made in the journal this morning is my handwriting, my sig. So I know it was me. You know, I've got a niche that I've never seen any other beard do. So, no, I'm still here in that same reality. It's just that some things I haven't seen. Because even when you're in a reality, you don't see half the shit. You could be in a reality for 6 months and still see the differences because there's so fucking many. it's unless you get a flip-flop. That, yeah, you get a flip-flop, that's going to pretty much say, yep, you're in another fucking reality. Unless, if you've been there and you've seen it, okay, well, it's changed to this, but then it's gone back. Yeah, that's going to tell you straight up you moved. Your handwriting differences are going to tell you you moved. Your voice is going to tell you you moved. It's one of the reasons why we make videos to ourselves. Now, with you guys, right? Keeping a private YouTube video, no one can see it. Or even if you just made a video journal for yourselves and kept on doing it. Make sure that the other one, make sure it's a password that they would do it. Because, see, we've got a system with our passwords that it's pretty much, we leave clues for ourselves, and it's a cipher. It's an easy cipher for us. It'll mind boggle everybody fucking else, but we know the cipher. And it's something, and I've noticed in every reality, nearly every one of us, there's been minor variations to the cipher, but the thing is, there's a key to the change. If the ciphers change, there's a key. There's always a key. And it's just got to work out the key is, and because we think the same, the key's as if. And it's only in one reality I had to email myself the password, get my password changes so I could get into a couple of programs because, yeah, okay, I couldn't work out the cipher in that one. He was actually a better cipherer than me. Strange thing is, my son loves coding, and I mean like secret coding, translating and shit like that. But the thing is, it's sort of, you don't, and yeah, I shouldn't talk about him because he's not here. Yet my other son loves it too when I think about it. Both of my boys. But I miss my youngest. I think everybody misses their kids when they're not around. So it's been a weird day for fucking me, so I thought, fuck it. Best way to get rid of the stress is to talk about it, so I'm talking about it, guys. Trying to wake everybody up at the same fucking time. So tonight, I want to keep on fucking trying to reverse engineer this. Okay, so let's look at another problem. What isn't it? You got any suggestions, guys? What don't you think is causing the Mandela effect? Let's try and rule it out if we can. There's not just one. See, that's the problem, Theon. We don't know what reality Earth 1 is, or my Earth 1. I don't know what fucking reality. All I know is my location, and I know what my world looked like. I know things that happened in my world that might not have happened in others. World War III didn't happen in fucking my reality, but it did happen in the very first version. He saw World War III in his own fucking... Yet I had been there, but not there. I wasn't born there. I know that everything I fucking do is so... Oh, God, what did someone mention? Please don't mention Sweden and fucking Finland. Whatever you do. That area of the world reminds me straight up of my son. As he was currently living in Sweden and born in Finland, conceived in Australia, but he was living in Sweden with his mum. They'd went to Switzerland for a while, they went to Sweden. She's always been a traveller. That's how I met her. If she wasn't a traveller, I wouldn't have met her. But in this reality, never fucking happened. Never fucking happened. And apparently one of the beards in this reality actually got in contact with her and found a toy under the bed of her daughter to another man. And the toy had his name and our son's handwriting on it. That one's scary. It was even scary for her. That's why she rang him back. So, okay, we've ruled out time travel. There's no chance. Yes, time travel is possible. And even scientists say that it is possible. How? But they reckon we can only ever go forward, never back. So if you go forward, you're fucked. Can't come back. That's what some scientists say, some say other things. But see, the problem is, no one fucking knows. See, they're making this shit up in their heads. So it was like, I know that when I invented my craft, right? The only time I knew that that would fucking fly was I had to build one. It was the only way I could fucking prove it to myself. So then you've got to ask yourself, okay, what else could it fucking be? Did CERN have an accident? Okay, so we know that there was an accident at CERN the day after my daughter's birthday. Oh, fucking hell. The ringing. Ah, fucking ringing just started. Mate, there's also another possibility. Is there a weapon that's fucked up? That's another possibility. See, well, we know that CERN, and their mission statement, in this reality, they're a bit more open than in others, where their mission statement actually states that they want to actually crack time travel and go to other dimensions. That's in their mission statement, for fuck's sake. So when they had that accident in this reality, did the accident, and I know I'm copying off the very first Bluebeard, did the accident happen in every reality? Right? Pretty much Australia was pretty fucked up. It's not as bad as one of the other ones. I went into another one where the fucking thing had just not long fucking gone off in Australia. And that was a bad fucker. I think it was 3 months fucking in. And they still didn't know what the fuck was going on, who started it. But the whole point is, you've got to look at all these different things. So what is causing it, what is not causing it? Okay, so you look at it, okay. Could in an accident, so you've got to look at a possibility of the accident, okay. Thinking about it, if they've developed a device where they can actually talk to another dimension, the accident then caused you could call it a paradox, because the same paradox works with the multiverse as works with time travel, but it's in a way it works differently. So if something happens here, there's more than likely it's going to happen in another reality in a slightly different way. But what if that happened in every fucking reality, in every multiverse? What if that same accident happened at the exact fucking instant and caused the Mandela Effect and just fucked everything up and caused this a dimension bubble or fucking shift? Is it something that's going on? Is it happening? What's fucking happening? Right, and then you come across the version of this lunar wave. Now, Crow's been seeing the lunar wave since 2016. I think it was in 2016, Crow 777. The strange thing is, they shut his channel down in every fucking reality when he found that. I've seen the lunar wave with my naked eye. One of the other beards in this, when he was in this reality, saw it. Saw a car jump. Where was he? He was either in the... No, he was in the back of the truck, then all of a sudden he was at the front of the truck. And then, so you've got to think, okay, is it a weapon? Have they developed some kind of fucking weapon that just causes the effect? Maybe every time that wave goes over, maybe that's fucking up reality. So you've just got to look at it and say, okay, Is it that? That's a possibility, so I'm not going to strike that one out. Could it be CERN's accident? So I'm not going to strike that one out. They're two possibilities. Now there is another one. What if two galaxies collided? Do you know that even in my dimension, there was talk that soon, they said, not in our lifetime, that the two galaxies could collide. Yet in this one, apparently, they already have. So, all right, so that's a possibility. So we're not going to rule that one out yet. So then we've got to look at all the other stuff. Okay, is there technology out there? Not human-made, that's for sure. Right, are there things that move faster than light? Yes, there fucking are. All the beards know that because we were stargazers. And we can tell you now that this shit must be moving faster than the speed of light because fucking, man, to you it just looks like a shooting fucking star, but I guarantee you that's a giant fucking spaceship. And it's called a star. And they move. There's not a beard will tell you any different. And we all discovered that. We discovered 14 stars, or okay, sorry, in this one there's 16, that lined up and created what we call sundogs. Strange thing is we all call them sundogs. And you see them all throughout some of the other beards have gone into, and I'm not going to open it because that will definitely fuck my computer over. So, okay, what if there is an alien race out there and doing this to us? Okay, so then, all right, now we know that we have had beings or something in our home, and talking. We've got a recording. We still can't understand what they're fucking saying. Well, I can trust me, I go through that quite fucking regularly. And they're all talking. The other beards talk about the same sort of stuff happening. So, okay, we're not going to cross that one out. So, let's look at this. There's only one thing so far that we can cross out, and that's time travel, because we know that it would take a fucking miracle. Oops, there's something else that we might not be able to cross out. How the fuck are they going to move continents? How are they fucking going to move a planet from one side of the galaxy to the other in an instant? So there's people out saying there, oh, well, we used to be on the Sagittarius arm, but apparently we moved. Huh. Man, I had to fucking laugh at that one. There's an actual video about it. Oh, serious, man, I just pissed myself. And strange thing is, I've seen that video in other realities too. So we've crossed out time travel. That's a definite cross out, because you just can't move continents by going back in fucking time. Yes, you can change logos, you can do this, you can do that. But see, what the logo is, and the fundamentalist Christians, the fundamentalist Christians aren't willing to say. And they really aren't willing to say. And they can't accept the fact that, okay, maybe we have shifted dimensions, and maybe the Bible was just written differently in this verse. See, they can't accept that. It's got to be God, it's got to be this, and it's got to be that. Yes, it could be God. For all we know, we could be in fucking hell. And this is what happens in hell. Your life just just gets fucked over. And you live multiple fucking possibilities of your life in an instant. We don't know how long we're here for. This was what... See, we could have been here for thousands of fucking years for all we fucking know. Maybe we done one fucking thing wrong. Even the goody-goody two-shoes. Trust me. There's a lot of Christians out there that do shit, say they're good Christians, and they're bad fucking Christians. I know bad people that are better Christians than fucking the goody two-shoes ones. Because they admit they're sinned. The bad ones. I'm a fuck up, I know that. I've always said I'm a fuck up. I've done things like the other beards. That's one constant in our lives. We've all been a strip show. We've had different jobs within it, but we're all in management. All had cushy things, always, met the same girls. So in some realities we met the same girls. Some realities, i.e. like this one, we didn't meet this one because she didn't turn up here. So God is a possibility. God is a big possibility. So then we've got to look at, and I'm still waiting for suggestions from you guys, by the way. You can say something. I will look at your comment. I will talk about it. So I put the number out there. And so that so we know they're not there. So what do we start doing then? So now we start looking at the possibilities again. And this is what reverse engineering is. It could take forever for us to find the answer. But one thing we know, it ain't time travel. So we can rule that out of our fucking life. Unless two things happened at fucking once. Maybe some arsehole went back in time and fucked over CERN in every reality and then caused the accident. Because there was that guy that was fixing the Coke machine that turned up from in this reality. He turned up because I've read about that. That happened in my reality as well. Then we got the man from Red. Now that happened back in the 50s. Well, in this reality, CERN's been in operation. I think it's 1937 CERN has been in operation. One reality, CERN has been in operation since 1921. Other realities, 50, 57, 39, 72, I think 83 is the latest. So one, in the year I was born. So CERN started in different fucking times in every reality. So why did CERN? Why are they starting at different times in every reality? Well, when you start going to realities and you start looking at the differences these people made. See, for some of you, as I say, live your life. But, see, I live my life, or I live his life in this reality. But then I do dedicate most probably the same amount of time to the Mandela Effect every day to working on the Mandela Effect, like logos and shit like that, and the websites and all that. I do what I can. But see, I do things for the Mandela Effect, but I live it 24 fucking hours a day. I live it 24 hours a day. You live it 24 hours a fucking day. So when you're thinking about it, guys, think about what do you think that it might not be. Because, see, that's what we've got to do. We've got to rule out what it's not. Because the only way, because at the moment, there's only one thing that we can rule out, and that's time travel. You can't rule out dimensional travelers. You can't rule out none of the others. Can't even rule out the Bible, because in the Bible it says in the last days God was going to give us a new heaven and a new earth. Well, fuck's sake, I see that So many fucking times a year, I see a new heaven and a new fucking earth. I think on average, we are travelling at least once a month on average. It could be 6 weeks in one reality, it could be only 2 in another. Well, for me, that's what it's been like. One of the other beards, it was pretty much once a month. Like, he was guaranteed, he pretty much said he knew when he was going. And I've been to realities where he has been. It's the only, I think he is a constant sometimes, or there's a couple versions of him, I don't know. And this is strange. Are we going and following some kind of a pattern? No. If there was a pattern, we'd be seeing the same notes and same beards and the same fucking orders. Why are some going to V3 and others aren't? Why are some going to good realities and not bad real? Why are some going to the bad ones and not the others? This is why I keep on coming back to the hell theory. Because it could be a heaven and hell thing. Maybe this is how we get accepted into either heaven or hell. How we cope with what is going on with us. Maybe we did die. I hope not. I like living. I can never learn enough. I've always liked learning. So that one is a really good fucking possibility. Did we die? And this is just how we learn about death after we die. When you think about it, that is a very high possibility that, yeah, that's actually might have happened. We're seeing dead people being alive again, live people being dead that weren't alive. And one parent's this and that, everything's screwed up. Is it a way of when we die, do we join the multiverse to where we get to see the multiverse in a different reality? Do we get taken to a reality and get to travel the verse where other versions of us haven't died? Well, as I said, in one world they called us the raptured because at once they just all disappeared. But then they started going fucking back and forwards. And that one's not a good reality to go to. They're good kids, but it's the government out there trying to work out what the fuck is going on. What else could it be? Could we be in limbo? And could it be truly God making his fucking mind up? Is he putting us in scenarios? Are some versions of ourselves going to hell and experiencing V3? Maybe V3 is hell. Maybe we're given a taste of fucking V3. Maybe we fucked up too much in our life and we're getting sent to V3. But then some of us have actually been to some pretty nice fucking places. Are we getting a taste of heaven? I don't know. I truly don't. I don't think none of the beards do, and I haven't noticed a comment in any journal, in any reality, in any video, where a beard has said he knew what it was, except for the first 2 month or 3 month period in a reality, when every one of us thought we knew what the fuck was going on, but after time went by. Because most of us, in most of the realities, all started out with the time travel theory. Because, so you go through the time travel one, everybody in the Mandela Effect community goes through the time travel thing, and it's generally the first thing they go through. Then they go through denial. Yeah. That's a stress thing. It's a way of coping with what you're going through. Okay, then we've got the illnesses. Some are similar, but there is a constant thing we're going through. That's the ear ringing. Every one of us is experiencing the ear ringing. Even the Christians have to admit they're going through the tinnitus, because I hear them talking about it. They don't mention it very much, but they do talk about the ringing in the ears. And I haven't met a Mandela affected person in the local community or in the world community that is not experiencing the ear ringing. Every one of us are expecting, I expect it on a regular basis. If I didn't go through it at least once a night, yeah, I get it mostly at night. I hardly ever get it through the day. Occasionally, I get it once or twice in a day. I'm just trying to find a copy of a video. The problem is I fucking shut the computer down today, so I've got to go through the history. I watched a video today, and I want to talk to you about this fucking particular video. So I have to go by date because that was was it yesterday I watched it, or today? Let's have a look. And there was something in it that made me think maybe it was about what it was. Another good Australian film too, by the way. I watched two good ones today. And it also gave me, is it Encounter? Don't know. It also gave me the questioning of it, if it is something similar. And what if the movies have actually been telling us what's really going on, how they're doing it? Because that's one thing about the Illuminati. They like to tell people what they are doing to you, like i.e. 9/11. How many fucking hints and tip-offs about 9/11 are found? So fucking many, it's beyond a joke. Why is this not fucking working? Ah, there we go. No, it wasn't an Encounter, so it must have been... Gotta be before that. Okay, well there's only one other way to do it. Oh, there we go. Hang on, I just found it. There we go. Right, no, it wasn't Grey Matter. Oh, a movie you want to see is AXL. Wasn't too fucking bad, by the way. It was an Alien Siege. I think it might have been Alien Siege. It was Alien Siege or Occupation. No, it wasn't Encounter. It's either Alien Siege or it might have even been a movie called Invasion. What is going on? Ah, there we go. This is the one. I'm sure this is the one. Movie called Occupation, published in 2018. Might want to watch it. The Canberra Tower was their transmitting thing. Acting was pretty actually good for the most part. There were a couple of bad fucking things. They actually had some pretty good fucking alien suits. They had some very good fucking alien suits in it. And what the storyline is, they fucking... World War III had happened. Wiped out most of the fucking planet. Oh no, Occupation is the other one. Oh, is it? No, Occupation is the one, this one. Invasion is the other one. That was the one that had the good alien suits. Invasion. So occupation is about a signal that got sent out. See, there was they used they used bombs on biological sites. The nukes converted them into mutants, and the rest of the world got a virus. A bacteria that was affecting them, and they were dying. It killed all the children, so they thought. But what killed the children was the fact that they put out a pulse that was supposed to fix everything. But that pulse was to control them. Maybe that's something else. What if they did that and we were immune to the... See, certain people were immune. Well, the hero of the story naturally was immune to this pulse. And so maybe we were immune to whatever they did. Maybe they developed a weapon where they can control, or maybe we are the victims of it. Maybe we were the ones that succumbed to it, which I don't think we were. Otherwise we wouldn't be making all these fucking videos about it, that's for fucking sure. So it's an if or statement. What if or else? And using logic and an analytical mind. So you've got to ask yourself, okay, that is actually a big possibility. What if it's an alien race that uses this weapon every time they invade a fucking planet? Maybe they just pick everybody up and they just move us on a regular basis. Maybe this is a prison world. We get taken to a world that they've set up and it's different. And maybe they just move us from prison world to prison world when, like, they need us. And when you think about it, what does Earth mainly do? Grows food and mines resources. That's right, digs up all the resources. What if we are just slaves? Oh fuck, isn't that what the Anunnaki created us for? To dig up their gold? Plenty in the history of the Anunnaki. They created mankind to mine. M-I-N-E, to create mines and dig the resources. And maybe, just maybe, that's what they do with us. Maybe the multiple verse is so vast that they just go from one Earth to the other, just don't jump dimensions, and they might kill off a population, then just fucking move in everybody that they know is susceptible to it, and just keep on doing it. And they're taking us, the ones that haven't been succumbed to it. They're trying to work out why we haven't succumbed to it, why we're immune to it, and hence that could be the reason for all the abductions. Yes, it's just a theory, I know, but it's a possibility. And see, that's the thing about anything. When you're reverse engineering, you cannot take away your possibilities unless it's so far out there, like time travel. See, it's the moving of the continents that time travel fucks up. But see, then you got, okay, could it be God? Could be. What if they dug up all the resources? What if they go to worlds, right? What if they do this? What if they go to a world prior to us? They've got the capability of locating all the resource materials. Then they just move it all up, make it look like that we're still fucking there. It'd be easy to fucking... Maybe they got some kind of machinery where they can duplicate things on... Oh shit, we can already duplicate things. Fuck, for fuck's sake, we can actually now 3D print houses. Maybe they've got technology they can just duplicate shit and they just drop us on a world or put us in giant domes, dig up the holes where they want resources, and maybe then they move us to another facility and then turn around and fucking just dig up the same thing, and maybe they fuck up the maps every now and then, hence we've got all the differences and everything like that. So there's thousands of possibilities. And yet that one, you want to know something? We can't wipe that one out either. You just can't wipe that one out either. There's so many fucking possibilities out there for the Mandela Effect of what truly is causing this. Now, then we've got the fundamentalist Christian's view. Is it the devil causing it? Well, if you're going to believe in the devil, then you've got to believe in God. So if the devil's got something to do with it, God's got something to do with it. Yes, that's a possibility. Does God exist? Yes. Who is God? Can anybody answer that one? Who is God? And you've got to ask. Because even the Bible says, question the word of God by day and by night. There's a reason. Because I think it's a code book. I've always thought it was a code book. Is it a way of... Because the Bible is also an exact copy of the fucking Anunnaki tablets. Or the Old Testament is anyhow. Do you know the Torah talks of Marduk? Marduk. An Anunnaki god. The Torah. Guess what? The Torah is the Old Testament. There's no difference. That's what the Torah is. See, the Old Testament is the Torah because before the New Testament was written, we all followed the Old Testament. Then Jesus came and everything changed. Maybe Jesus was a good Anunnaki and they killed him because he was trying to free us. But we don't know. We do not know who, what. Yet there's evidence of the flood. So, okay. If there's evidence of the flood, okay, it did happen. Oh, shit, that was actually written by the Anunnaki as well. There were so many mentions of the flood in other historical texts prior, now get this, prior to any other country, well before Moses' time even. How long has man existed on this planet? We don't fucking know. Maybe when they say mankind turned evil or whatever, maybe we're on that same fucking path. Because mankind's pretty fucking evil at the moment, or most of the bastards are. When I say most of them, I'll refer to the incident that happened today. I was saving my project and all of a sudden the fucking software just fucking froze and went and it looked like a fucking red, green, blue version of hash across the screen. Computer death. I thought the whole computer had fucking died actually. And pretty much had to force quit it to get out of it, and that meant losing everything that I'd just fucking built. And it was pretty good fucking building. But thank God for the modern software, done auto backup, thank fuck for that. So I got it back. But you know, like I'm sitting there and I'm going, fuck me. And all the little shit, a couple of the shits just point, not say, oh man, you might be able to do this to fix it, or you might, they just laughed and fucking walked out the bastards. To me, that's evil. When you laugh at someone else's misfortune, I guarantee you, you're an evil fuck. You never laugh at someone's misfortune. Try and help them out. But I might have a word to him on next Monday about laughing at people's misfortune. Because I did it once. I got to admit, I did it once in my life. I laughed at somebody in a wheelchair. About 12 months later, I almost wound up in a fucking wheelchair. Hence my injury. But ever since then, I've considered anybody that laughs at someone else's misfortune fucking evil bastards. And you've got to admit, this world is pretty fucking evil. There's not a Mandela Effect out there that says this world is good. Fuck me. This world is dead set fucking evil. And I try and cope with it. But the more you look at it, it's strange. Oh, and like the abductions here. Like, and the other beards have said this as well. The abductions here are rougher than any other planet we've been to. My knee, I'll tell you how many. Oh, Ruby, don't sit behind the chair. You sit behind the chair, I'm going to run you over the moment I stand up. Sorry, I just run over my dog. I've got 1, 2, the field up. Man, they're good at what they do. I'll tell you that much. There's only one. You can only see 3 at the moment now. Yet this morning when I woke up, because I was pretty sure they came and took me last night, there were 17 of their quick healing scars. 17 on my kneecap. And my kneecap looked like a fucking balloon. Still looks like a balloon. But generally when you have surgery, it swells up. And I had to use the excuse of fucking, I walked up a set of stairs and my knee was all fucking swollen up. I didn't want to go into a fucking massive conversation talking about the fact that my fucking knee's been blown up because I got taken and they did something to me fucking knee. Like if I can accidentally, generally wear shorts, I'll show them the scars. I say, oh yeah, got taken again last night. It's too fucking hard when you've got a pair of jeans on. So, aliens the ones that fucking do it. Again, it's something else that we can't rule out. There's too many fucking possibilities in that one. We don't know their capabilities. We don't know what they can do. We don't know how they can do it, what they use, because they're certainly fucking far. There's definitely far more advanced races. For fuck's sake, I've seen a video in this reality where there's a planet-sized, Jupiter planet-sized spaceship go into the sun and suck fuel off. It was from the original. Now you can go back into his videos, and that's something else you'll see that I'm definitely not him. Listen to the voice, because between us two, there's definite fucking voice difference. And there's a spaceship sucking fuel from the sun, and when it leaves, the whole surface of the sun goes shutter and shutters as it sucks away and moves away as it's still sucking fuel from the sun. So yeah, there's definitely far more advanced races, and any bastard out there will tell you, oh no, aliens don't exist, man. Why don't they exist? Because they don't want to believe anything because the government tells them they don't exist, so they believe the government. If you believe what your government tells you, you're a fucking idiot. You really are. Governments just lie. Do you know why? Because they want your money. See, they make money. See, money is the slavery of today, and it really is. Yes, there's always been some kind of denomination. See, because you can't eat without money. You can't do anything. Some way you have to earn money or get an income. Thank God for Australia. There's the dole. But you know now you've got to work for the dole in Australia. Yeah, you've got to be a slave to Australia to get a like you just don't get a handout. In America you got Social Security for a couple of weeks. In Australia you get work for the dole. You've got to go and work for the government for a couple of weeks. Or whatever. But it's every fucking week while you're on work for the dole. And yeah, so there's differences. The only thing they do look after their pensioners. Once you're old, yeah, you can pretty much think that you're safe, but no, there's even catch-22. Somewhere along the line, you've still got to do something. They work it out, trust me, they know how to bleed the system. And then they've got special schemes to help the elderly, and they've got to jump through fucking hoops so that the others are kept as slaves. And it is. And then they use credit to keep you a slave. No matter what, you're still a slave, whether you fucking realise it or not. Slavery never, ever died. They just worked out a way to make you want to be a slave. That's all it is. They made you want to be a slave. See, they gave us all this beautiful technology. And yes, I've got a lot of that technology on the bench. Hard fucking earned too. No matter what reality you go to, we've fucking worked to get this tech. Yeah, fair. It's all good tech. 95% of it is fucking bought at auctions on the cheap. But it's good tech, but we still worked hard to get the tech, so hence we got more tech because we got it cheap. There's a lot of things. Our cars, yeah, we get our cars from auctions. Yeah, we gave up buying new cars. We bought one fucking car, it was a piece of shit. And that was like, and all of us had the same fucking problem with that car. Same problem, different area, but yeah, all had to go to, fight for it. I've never bought new since. I'll wait until someone else uses the car, finds all the fucking problems. You buy it at the auction, 10 to 1, you've got 2 or 3 fucking problems, you've got to fix them, you know that they've got to be fixed. Whenever you buy a car at an auction, always stick your head into the cab of the car. Have a look for the warning lights. Ask the guy, has there been any lights popping on or anything like that? And if you get to know the dudes, because over a couple of auctions while you're trying to buy your car, yeah, you'll find them out. And most of the guys will, if you're nice to them, man, they'll tell you straight up. Yeah, mate, it came on before. Or the battery had to get charged, you might need a new battery. See, the workers will always tell you the truth. So you know how much to bid on the car. But, yeah, so they use the tech. Sorry, I jumped off there for a little bit. Thought I'd give you a bit of advice. So they use the technology and they make you want it. How do they make you want this technology? They use advertising. Advertise, advertise, advertise. See, even us, we've got to advertise to get bucks. Like that T-shirt is up for sale. You can go and buy that T-shirt at Redbubble or Teespring. You can have it on, go to Redbubble, you only get it on the front or the back. Or you can go to Teespring and you can get it on front and back. And we've got these other fabulous fucking T-shirts. These are the ones I've made since I've been here. Right. So you can grab those T-shirts. And yeah, we've got to advertise to earn bucks. Or we've got to make art, which we do. Every one of us make art. We do other things. We'll repair stuff and do a bit of furniture for friends. A lot of the time I do it to get what I need. Someone's got a tool or whatever, I say, oh, yeah, you're selling that. You got anything you need done or whatever. You need any advertising made up or whatever. And generally I can strike a barter and I can fucking do something, get what I need to get the shit I need. Yeah, well, when I look at these, the only thing that's new is what I've saved up to buy in this reality and everything. And now I've got to look for a new monitor. I don't know if they're going to be able to fucking fix it, but it better because it's under fucking warranty apparently. So, yeah, they're supposed to replace it. So I've read, if they can't fix it. But the whole thing is, it's sort of, we don't know when, where we are going to be stuck. What if this all corrects itself and we get stuck in that reality? We've got to learn to live. And I think that's the day I will break down. If I get stuck in a reality and I know it's finished and I'm not home, that will be the day, and especially if I don't have my kids with me. Maybe it might not be so hard if I have different versions of those same kids, but if I was stuck in a 2-version world or a 3 or a 4-kid world, I'd still be devastated because it means I've lost one of my children permanently. At the moment, I've still got hope. And I live on that hope every fucking day. that one day we will go back to our original fucking reality. And I truly do live by that hope that, yeah, we're going to go back to our original reality. But as I said, that'll be the true day that I break down, that the Mandela Effect has been solved, they've fixed it, they've stopped it from happening. But that might mean that we get stuck in that reality, whether it's a bad fucker or a good fucker. We're stuck there, and if I've only got 2 kids, man, I'll be devastated. As I said, it won't be so hard if there's 5, but if I get more, that'll, yeah, won't be as devastating, but it still will be, because they're not my kids, and it'll be just as hard to accept the fact that that poor dad didn't get home to his kids. Is he stuck in a 2-children world? So you can look at all the different things that it's gonna fucking do for you. So one thing I do, there is something else that we can rule out. You're not going mad. Trust me, you can't. It's not madness. You're not forgetting shit. There's too many of us. There's far too many of us for this to be happening. And there's so many different things that is happening to people. Things like, I can't remember whose fucking video it was. It was one of those Dimension Traveller videos where it was talking, he was driving down the street to go and see his daughter. And he knew which way to go. He had to go about a couple of hours down the road, down to the south. And then all of a sudden, while he's talking, there's a sign saying this to the left. And he's thinking, it can't be that there. It's sort of, there's another one of them in the south where it should be up in the north. And it turned out he was now going fucking in the opposite direction on the other side of the city. He had to turn around and fucking go back. And that happened in an instant, like a good example, like what happened to the beard that was at the set of lights. It just happened. So is it happening through the day? Is it happening through the night? We don't know yet. Do you know why we don't know? Because no one's working together. Everybody gets into a chat room and then they start talking about other shit that totally unrelated, or they're just talking about the Bible stuff. They're not trying to solve the Mandela Effect. So what research is people working together using a pooled knowledge. And it just means not just people sitting down and watching videos. What I'm asking is for all of you to become researchers. Because if you want to go home, you need to become a researcher. Because the only way we're going to solve this is we all need to find as much evidence as we can. And I'm not just talking logos. Okay, yeah, logos are a sign that we've moved. But see, no one's looking in the right direction. What is causing this? Okay, how many lunar waves are there? How many accidents has CERN had? How many times has this happened to somebody? How many of us are affected by family loss? Okay, well, I personally know about 12, maybe 13 people that have come to me and said, yeah, I'm in pretty much similar situation. Like I've either had, my dad's no longer there or mum's no longer here, and so I've come across those, and I've had a couple of the kid problem, actually with more kids mainly that I've come across, and so yeah, so many people. This is why I think that so many of these logoers aren't really affected. Why? Because they're not really searching. Because if they were really affected, man, they'd be trying to find out what the fuck is causing it. Right? To them, it's just a video making machine. Even the Christians, the fundamentalists. Sorry, I've got to call them fundamentalists because I'm a Christian. The fundamentalist Christians. They are dead set, 100% sure it's the Bible being changed by the devil. But it's like in the Bible it says, well, you're invited to the wedding and you haven't filled your lamps with oil and everything like that. Then you're not invited to the fucking wedding because you forgot to fill the fucking lamps up. I can't remember the exact parable, but you know what I'm talking about. If you're a Christian, you know what I'm talking about. So it was always a common in my reality anyhow. And the whole point is that they're forgetting to fill their lamp with oil. See, they're trying to fill it with a diluted oil. And that's the problem. They're trying to fill it with a diluted oil. See, because they're not debating the Bible by day and by night. They're saying it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. Yeah, we know it's fucking wrong. Every time you go to a new reality, it's different. You first have to accept that you are going to a new dimension. And you need to wake the fuck up. See, when I first started using that term, was because Christians needed to wake the fuck up to the Mandela Effect because they just couldn't accept it. They're accepting the fact that the Bible has changed, but the problem is they can't accept the fact that it's just written a different way in each reality they go to. That's what they can't accept. Because even in the Bible it says, and I will give you a new heaven and a new earth. Well, how the fuck do you think God's gonna do that? So if it is God, you've got to accept the fact that that has fucking happened. Look at your stars. They're different. You need to wake the fuck up. You really do. And all of us, the whole Mandela Effect community, need to pool our knowledge. We need to start seriously trying to solve this. Because the government's not going to do it for us. Do you know what all the government is? A government is a group of people that have gotten together, worked out a way to get fucking money off us, and they say, oh, okay, we do this and do that. But it's a group of people. They formed their own community. We are a community. We're forced to be a community, whether we like it or not. We've either been ripped away from our families, all of us ripped away from our fucking home worlds, all of us ripped away from our dimensions. For fuck's sake, you can come from the Orion Spur, but it's still not your reality. And that's what this is. It's fucked up. It's a nightmare for us. It's a living nightmare. We live a nightmare on a daily basis. So we are the ones that must start working together. The fundamentalists need to start realising that it's more than just the Bible changing. The fundamentalists need to go out and look at the stars. And they truly need to look up and look at the fucking stars. That is a new heaven. The stars are in the wrong position. The best way to describe it is that you're looking at the same stars from a different angle. You're now looking at those same stars from the Orion Spur, not the Sagittarius arm. That is why they're different. If you look at the same stars and you work out the calculation of it, the reason why they're flipped over is because you're looking at them from the opposite fucking side. See, when you look at the galaxy from Earth, right, you're not looking through the Milky Way. You're not looking at the Milky Way unless you're looking at the Milky Way. But all those other stars out there that you see on their own are galaxies or like planets or stars. Yes, some of them are stars. A lot of them are actually galaxies. And they're in certain positions that form the constellations that we know. And there is only one. Each time you go to a new reality in a different position on the map of the galaxy, you start looking at those same stars from one direction to another direction. Thank you. Sorry, I can't see what that is. I don't know. I'll have to watch that one by video to see who it was. So thank you for that. I think it was a subscription. But the whole thing is, it's sort of with us, you've got to turn around and you've got to ask yourselves, guys, you really do. Are you going to keep on living with this, or are you going to start working the fuck together? See, this is how, to reverse engineering. And one good thing he said, and I'm referring back to my lesson today in class. Game companies quite often see things. And then, do you know what they do? They reverse engineer it. Right, and sorry, he didn't say this. Someone else said this, actually. But we were talking about the reverse engineering afterwards. And that's what someone else said, and one of my friends. Confusing. Now, the thing is that you've got to turn around, you've got to ask yourself, okay, all right, so we're reverse engineering. All right, how many people are we going to need to do it? Well, if you get a computer program, right, you've got to open the program up. And a lot of the time you can't open that software up. So you say, okay, what the fuck? Because trust me, there's a lot of safeguards on a lot of software. Even I'm putting them in my software. You make it so people can't open and get deep access into your gear. Hackers, yeah, will eventually get in, but cause problems, or if they know how you've written it, what software, yeah, they find hacks into your thing. Unless you put enough deep passwords and shit like that, just don't leave any back doors so that you can get in. Just leave a password you'll never forget. And yeah, because hackers will use those back doors to get into your stuff. But do you think that when a game company or a phone company or the government, a UFO lands on the planet, so they just decide TR-3B, so that maybe the TR-3B is an Earth spacecraft, right? And they've reverse engineered it from Roswell. So how many people do you think it took to reverse engineer it? It took a shitload of people. Because if you keep on relying on just one person or the five of us out there, the main ones that are true Mandela affected, we're never going to find anything out. We've got to work as a community. We've got to work as a team. And I'm asking every fucking Mandela affected person out there to start working as a team. Work out what you can. Come up with theories. I know one of the other Bluebeards, I was watching his video about a week ago, I think it was, where he was saying that we need to all start putting out videos and start putting our heads together. And that was in the very, very early stages. But no one else has done anything. It's already on t-shirts, and that one's not on there yet. Oh, there's a better one, Terry. There's a much better one. And g'day, by the way. I actually didn't even notice you were... sorry, I've been not looking at the screen. I'm working on a computer program. There's that one as well. And then there's that one. So they have been designed, and I was pretty sure they were already on Redbubble. I'll have to go and look, unless they got disallowed. Sometimes they do disallow things on Redbubble. But the thing is, it's sort of, if you guys just keep on relying on the few of us that are actually out there doing research on a daily basis. Now, there is a group out there that are working on the residue. They're out hunting residue. You know who you are, and I'm talking to you guys. It's not the residue. You need to look at the effect, not the residue. The residue just tells you, yes, it's happening. We know it's happening. Look at possible effects, for God's sake. Start looking at that. Look at accidents. Look at different things that, okay, maybe that could be part of it. Look at the UFO side of things. Look at every fucking thing. Is there a link between the ear ringing with everybody? Does it ring for everybody at the same time? Are there different periods of time in different countries? These are the things we need to start working out. We need to understand what is going on. Is the ear ringing affecting normal? Now this is a question. Are normal people hearing this ear ringing at the same time as us? Because if you are in a house and then everybody starts hearing ear ringing, it's not just an event, not just someone's got a problem, it's an event. Right, so you've got to start putting all this shit together and start realising it all. By doing all this, right, you've got to look at everything and you've got to ask yourself, okay, well, I think I might have found something here. But then you can't keep it yourself. You've got to tell others. And it's not about, well, like this and that. And it's sort of, we need to sit down and we need to talk. And even if it is just in a chat where it is actually talking about the effect, but not the residue, not the the thing. We need to look at the more serious side of the effect. What's happening? How many of us are getting sick at the same time? Is the sickness happening at the same time in the same countries? The illnesses seem to only happen with the affected. But I do think the tinnitus is happening to more than just one. I heard the ear ringing in class one day. Not in this reality, in another reality. And I grabbed my ears because it was pretty loud. And then I noticed everybody in the room doing the same thing. And we all asked, oh, is that an alarm going off or something? Turned out it wasn't an alarm. There was no alarm, but yet all of us were hearing a high-pitched ring in our ears. And I realised it was the sound of the ear ringing, but this time it was extremely loud, to where it just wasn't me, it was everybody. That one for me was something, okay, well, this is bigger than I thought it was. But see, it's all of us that need to start piecing this stuff together. And again, that's one of the reasons why we created these forums and these chat rooms, so that we can all go in there. We don't have to be there. We've also got the Mandela Effect webpage. And it's not my webpage. We all need to start talking and doing this in every fucking chat room. Not just sitting back and listening to everybody. We need to communicate. And you can't communicate if you keep silent. That's not communication. Talking, and if you can't talk, type. I give you a number that you guys can call in and we can talk about it and get a bigger voice. The more of us that start talking about it, maybe we will hit the bell somewhere and ring the bell. And then all of a sudden that bell will turn into a snowball falling down a hill, because we've taken that bell and we've thrown it off the cliff, and now the momentum is moving and growing and growing and growing, because more of us are getting together and starting to do it, starting to work together, G'day Lucky, and starting to work together and starting to put it all together. Because we've started working together. But the problem is, we're 2.5 fucking years into it, nearly 3 years into this effect. Nearly 3 fucking years. And still, the only time people are working together is residue hunting. And I'm serious, it is. Yes, they're finding residue. We know it exists, because that's all residue does. It tells us that the Mandela Effect is fucking real. It's the effects of what's happening that you need to be researching, not residue. It's the effects you need to be researching, not the Bible fucking changes. Yeah, they exist. It's happening every time you go to a new fucking reality. And once again, I'm going to tell the Christians to look at the fucking sky. You'll find that all the star constellations, you're looking at them from a different angle, as if you're looking at them from the flip side of the galaxy. Guess what? You are looking at them from the flip side of the galaxy, because you're no longer on the fucking Orion spur or the Orion arm. Oh, okay, if you're on the spur, okay, your star's going to look similar. But there's some realities they don't look similar because, again, you're in a different position, because Earth might be in a different position. Hence, that's why there are variations. But you aren't in Kansas anymore, fucking Toto. You are not. And yes, I stole that from the original Bluebeard. In this reality I'm talking about. You ain't in Kansas, Toto. You're on the flip side of the fucking galaxy. The tornado has fucking ripped you up and flipped you over to the other side of the fucking galaxy. You're now stuck on a different fucking planet, in a different fucking dimension. The stars look different because you're looking... Okay, there's two ways. Okay. Yeah, let's put something here. Get your wallet out. Open your wallet up and stand your wallet up like you would put two cards on a table together like an A-frame. I want everybody to do this. Get your wallet out, stick it on the table, make it look like an A. Whether it's a purse or a fucking wallet, you still can make an A out of it. Right? Then get your phone and take your phone out, take a photo from one side and take a photo from the other. Still looks like the same fucking wallet. Then you're going to start noticing differences. Oh, that keychain, bit of key, or the zipper's in a different angle. Oh, that mark's not on the other side. Oh, that bit's there and that bit's there. That's what's happening with the stars. And God said, in the last days I will give you a new heaven and a new earth. Wake the fuck up, because he's given it fucking to you. If you want to stick to the Christian side of things, right, and it's only God's side of things, God's given you a new heaven and a new fucking earth, and you need to realise it. Maybe then you might start working with the rest of the fucking community and not shy off and just say it's the devil doing it, for fuck's sake. Okay, if it is God doing it, yes, we know that our souls are saved. Why don't you go start saving other fucking souls? Don't push it down their fucking throat. And then just start working with the community and try and work out what the fuck really caused this. How did you wind up on the other side of the galaxy? Start asking yourself that fucking question. Yes, we know the Bible's changed. Yes, the fucking logos are different. Because they were written and made by different fucking versions of yourself. And when you start realising that every time you shift a reality, you're accepting the fact that you're shifting realities, but you can't accept the fact there's another version of you. No, that one's too freaky for me. Do you think God just made one of you? Do you really think that I'm so fucking good, God just made one of me? Fuck me. Explain doppelgangers then. God didn't make just one of you. God made many fucking versions of you. That's it. I'm not going to drop my mic because my mic's too fucking expensive, so I'll drop me remote, and I'm going to say good fucking night to the lot of you. I've been on for 2 fucking hours. I'm tired and I'm going to fucking bed. So wake the fuck up. Start working together and start working together as a fucking community, and we might end up working out what the fuck is happening to us, why it's fucking happening to us, and we might get the fuck home. Thank you.